Hello and welcome everybody, I'm Barbarian, this is Crusader Kings 2, and this will be the episode in which everything changes. How do I know that? How do I want to assure that? Well, let me tell you one thing. The loss yesterday against Poland was well deserved. I was also feeling a bit under the weather, but that's not really an excuse. All I'm trying to say is I will get back at Poland for doing what they did there, and we are going to prevail. Now, there was a question here, and the question was essentially, hey, why didn't you make some pacts with your family down here, because you control half of Europe, and yet you didn't call anyone in against Poland. Now, the thing about that is, there are some potential pacts that I could have, taken, but the entirety of my family is at war here against Carantania, and it looks like they are finally winning, which is nice, but it also means that I can't really call them in, and we have some trouble here that would require calling some people in. Because as always, of course, anybody that is different culture, different religion will hate you no matter how tolerant you are, because there is no real measure of tolerance. Also, I noticed that Emperor Rögnvald, the usurper of Sor, is ruling over an empire title that is a titular title, and that I am sure comes from this one over here. So I think they were nomads, but are no more. I honestly don't know. What I do know is I'm in the negative and I need money, so I am going to make some money. We're going to go raid. Let's do this. It's a bit of a weird one, I gotta tell you. We are Italian, we are a horse, we are wearing clipping clothes. I mean, I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one. Can I? No, you can't even go to the barber as a horse. Oh, well, fair enough. Okay, let's raid and let's see what we can make happen afterwards. Oh, wow. Chief Radoslav, before I could even start pillaging our neighbors, making sure that, we would have enough money to resist against any issue, really, is now already rebelling. My god, you son of a gun. Well, that means these troops are lost. Not sure where the other rebellions will exactly launch, but what I do know is that I don't have the money. I just straight up do not possess the money to do anything of meaning here, and I can't really even get any more money. Now, what I am thinking is, okay, wait a minute, what is the bulk of my army made up of? You know what, we're gonna heavily invest into heavy infantry. So what we're gonna do is, I'm definitely gonna go ahead with this one. We have so many military points. I think this is probably my only option. Because if I push for this, right, if I push into attack level that they simply do not possess here in this region, we might come out very much on top. Morale of armies here, that seems also quite huge. So why don't we just go up like this? And then there, look at this. I think this might save the day. The way I just bumped them up there should probably mean that we can come out successfully. Now, whether we actually can is, of course, something quite different, but my god, look at that. We aren't even close to the numbers that I was hoping for here that we'd be having. Let's sacrifice some money, I guess. Apparently morale of army, okay. Didn't really have that money to be sacrificed, but that's okay. All I need to make sure of is that they cannot amass their troops. Now, they probably will be able to amass their troops. Sadly, we are looking at a situation where Greece is still at war with someone else, so they won't actually aid me because that is their primary war. That's a bit of a disappointment, but what can you do, eh? What can you do indeed? And who the hell are you? Khazaria is still raiding me. God damn it. You know what? Let's try to defend this as good as we can. I mean, it's the only thing that I really can do. I am an excellent army commander, so I will command, but I'm not sure that I will be of that much help, really. Let's put you right here. We're gonna have Aleta here, and then Aleph indeed, yeah. Let's check it out. This will be a fight that we will very likely lose, I'll just say it outright. We get good tactics, really good tactics, and oh my god, we actually have to see how this goes. Oh my god, could it finally be? We are actually winning a war? No way. They came for us, they didn't know what they were in for, and they got punished accordingly. Now, if only I had money that I could do anything about this, but I'll take what I can take, and, this looks pretty decent to me. Let's check this out. If I siege this down, all of their ticking war score will go away. That is minus 54, meaning I can probably white peace them, and frankly, a white peace might even be enough. I don't want to risk... Oh, Greece, you living gods! They actually came for us. I will never forget you, Queen Glitterhoof the Feeble. You are a god amongst horses. A god amongst horses indeed. And the war's over. I hope you will learn your lesson, my friend. And I'm looking at this, right? You're Russian Slavic as a province. I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna remove this title from you because this is your only title. And now looking around, could I theoretically pass... yes, yet again another centralization law. Absolutely beautiful. And now is the time, as far as I'm concerned, that we work our way north. Because I think we can and I think we should. But I can see that you are coming down to siege down Gardariki. What the hell is going on there? A subjugation war of that sort is a bit strange, but I mean, it is what it is. How many troops could I raise now? I don't think that many more, so I'm just gonna go ahead. Let's just raid a bit, okay? Let's just raid just a tiny little bit and make some money, because we're still negative. But this tribal holding is so important to me because I'm looking at it, right? And I'm thinking to myself, I could convert Slavic just with this tribal holding. But then again, I also have some other... Oh, you're Bogomilist, actually, huh? Now, okay, I'll keep the tribal holding under my control for the moment. That is okay. We still have the peace deal with Poland, of course, so I'm not too worried about that in particular. And we have a revolt. Let's just strike them down. God damn it. If I take Home Guard down, if I gain control of this, we will be in a position where I can then convert to Slavic and actually reform the faith. And if that isn't the dream, then I don't want to be a dreamer. Also, I don't know why I raised my levies without actually declaring that war, but here we go. I am actually declaring it, and now is the time to raise my levies. Alright, we've done it. I'm gonna take this down. And then we are actually in possession of the holy site. That is the dream. And look at you, my son Fosco seems to be unwilling to take into consideration. Ooh, you are great, Fosco. My god. Into consideration the circumstances of his birth and the constellations affecting his destiny. You know what? I never liked the stars either. Queen Alfred the Fourth says this is good. Do what you must, buddy. I think we're not gonna be Hellenic for all that much longer anyway, so what's the difference here? Come on, really? I will not be blackmailed. There is no independence. Listen, you will never become independent. Greece, can you aid me? You appear to be busy. Pontifical claim on Greece? I mean, that should be over in no time whatsoever. Victus, you got this. We're not allies. I'm not an ally of Greece anymore. I can't actually call them in. Oh no, Sicily, maybe? Greece, can I give you money? Can I do anything? Political, goddamn political concerns, huh? In that situation, I suppose that I may have to go and hire a couple of mercenaries here, by which I mean exactly one, because I can't really afford more, but that one is quite alright, and let's just hope that I can make something happen here. And here we go. Slowly, but steadily, we are restoring order. Not just to the region, but also to our own realm. We have defeated the rebellion. Now the actual rebellion of our noblemen and women must be fought down as well. But I think we are on a good path there. And we have also defeated Gardariki. And of course, that, my friends, is the dream. Now, if I can find just anyone, really, that is Russian and... or maybe just any culture, really. All I care about is that you're Slavic, because I do need this in Slavic hands. There you are, Gleb. You know what, Gleb? You're zealous. I don't like that necessarily, but I'm just going to give you the entirety of this. That's why wouldn't you, eh? You get Novgorod. Can I get the duchy under my control? Nope. Okay. You get all of these, and you will do fine, because I will, of course, convert to your faith at some point in the nearby future. All of this now in our hands, and you are Ladoga, so that's the last one. And now is the time to strike down the rebellion and then reform the faith. I'm excited. I know that we can make it happen, and I know that we will make it happen. And here you go. We actually captured him. And with that, his attempt to overthrow our rule, of course, does come to an end. And now I'm going to cheese it here. Check this out. So, we have the local religion Romuva. Now, usually, if I were to click this button and then secretly become Romuva, I would lose 250 piety. And of course, that is bad, because you need 750 if you want to reform any faith. So, what we're going to do is, because I could... This is the exact same mechanic, of course, that works over here with the secretly convert to Slavic costs us 250 piety. So, instead, I'm going to click on my portrait. I'm going to say, convert to a local religion. Oh no, I'm Romuva, and now I just spent some prestige, and then we're going to go on and secretly become Slavic, so that we effectively lose 0 piety, or rather 0 religion, I should say. And now I'm Slavic, and the big question in my mind is we are at 48. Oh my god, it's actually going to be so damn easy. Like, so damn easy, and I think we're going to make everybody cosmopolitan here. Can peaceful intermarry with, No, it doesn't seem like it, huh? I think I'm going to make them all cosmopolitan. So every single religion that we're going to reform here, they will all be brother religions. They will all be cosmopolitan indeed. And I don't like this, but that's okay. Wait a minute. Cosmopolitan can still do holy wars, right? Just for the record here. Just want to check that out. Great holy wars are allowed. Okay, yes. So technically, they may still do it. Now, my big question is, though, should we go autonomous? I don't actually know. You know, if I am building an empire that is made up of 3 faiths, and if I want that empire to continuously exist, I probably will have to go ahead and make something like that happen, right? Where they're all unable to actually call any great holy wars. Okay, so I thought about this, and I don't think we're gonna go with syncretism, mostly because I believe that there is no pagan syncretism. I think the only syncretism that you can change is Abrahamic. It is Eastern, and then it is like the Mazdak religions, that sort of stuff. So what we're gonna go with instead is I think we're going to pick up religious tax, because I would like that, you know, every part of the realm can tax each other, but then they will also all be happy. So maybe more income is good. And then we're going to go with autonomous, because I don't actually want any of these three religions to have any great holy wars. I just want a multi-religious realm that can exist on its own and just, you know, kind of be alright. Like, not suffer too much. There you go. We have done it. We have done it indeed. And I will, of course, if I get the chance to just move this event. Apparently I don't. Let's just carefully click through all of these, because I don't want to become something by accident. I want to become a syncretist, because this is why I picked autonomous. Not just because, you know, we are in a situation where I don't want any great holy wars, but I also want syncretism. There you go, look at this. This character believes in adapting some of the features of the newer religions to her own worship of the old gods. Oh, this literally does not even do that. I'm so mad. I'm genuinely so mad. It's completely worthless. Why can I not have pagan syncretism? What's the meaning of this? Oh, man. Or, you know, I mean, I guess I'll become a spiritualist or something. I don't know. The Slavic Reformation. The ancient Slavic religion is proving unable to withstand the onslaught of the cross on the moon. Rather than abandoning the old ways, Queen Alfred of Galicia-Volhynia and the most powerful priests have decided to reform the Slavic faith in order to ensure the coexistence of their religion with its neighbors. Reorganized to give each independent clergyman full authority over a flock, the Slavic faith has abandoned its tribal ways for a well-defined dogma and structure, fit to oppose its rivals. This event could mark the beginning of a new era of pagan rivalism all throughout Europe for Jarilo. Let's go. And he is old Slavic, you fool! I will destroy you, if I may. Can I create like a holy order or something? Will there just be a holy order? I really hope that there will be. Because otherwise we will be looking in a situation where we might not be able to defend ourselves. Now we are cosmopolitan, because that is, I of course want to reform two other religions that are supposed to also, man, this is a clusterfuck, that are supposed to also be a part of this realm, but we are fine, because I can still, without a doubt, declare holy wars. So let's just keep pillaging, quite frankly. I think that is exactly what we're going to do here. We're just going to keep pillaging. How many of you actually became the right religion? I feel like almost everybody. If not, oh, you didn't, huh? So why don't we demand religious conversion from you? You can stay in prison. Alright, beautiful. And look at that, it looks like Hellenism has indeed already completely collapsed. I mean, you have Greece now all up in here, and they are Zunist, because why not? Apparently, I just changed places with Zunism anyway. You know, Zunism used to be up here quite strongly. Zunism also used to be quite here, quite strongly. Now we only have the Subashi faith, we have Greece, and I guess Hellenism is just kind of doomed. The Hellenism practically already completely exterminated. What a shame! But also, what a shame that I can't actually defeat Poland. They are still so damn strong. All I'm trying to do right now is I'm just going to go ahead and, you know, pillage some more. Make sure that I get as much money as I humanly can. Because with that money, then I would love to push on. And hopefully make some things happen in terms of actually fighting Poland. Because Poland is, of course, holding two Romuva holy sites that I can't even get in one war. I just noticed this. Hot damn. This is gonna take some while, I think. No, I actually thought of taking, you know, the actual capital of Poland here, but I think what we're going to do instead is just Podlasie, because if I'm not mistaken, then Podlasie is a holy site as well of the Romuvan faith, and that is of course huge for us, so I'm just going to declare conquest war, so that nobody can aid him just for religious reasons. Actually, I could just do a de jure claim here, although that would actually cost me. No, let's go for Podlasie, with a normal conquistor. Let's teach them a lesson. And then once that lesson has been taught, we will be the kings of this region and unbeatable for the foreseeable future as far as I'm concerned. So let's teach them a lesson. If we reform Romuvan in this very episode, it would be splendid. It would be amazing. So let's make it happen. What do you look at that? It was an easy war. It was a war where after the first lost battle, I then had a string of victories. You can see it right here as well. And after those battles of Sezhny, Sandomir, Liev, and Sieni, we are looking at an actual victory against Poland. And severe weakness amongst the Polish nobility. But most importantly, this is a Romuvan holy site, meaning that I will hand it over to Lithuania, because, you know, why wouldn't you? And we're going to take a look at how quickly we will be able to reform the Romuvan faith from there. Let me just quickly check this, right? So we have this holy site, and this is the only Romuvan holy site that we actually possess. I think this one... Wait, that's not a holy site? I was under the impression this was also... So 1, 2... Oh, you are a holy site. Wait a minute. Oh, that is actually perfect. Am I losing my mind? Is this right? No, that is not right. Oh, you're a holy site. Yo, that's so convenient. Okay, so all I need is this and this down here. Oh. You know what? I'm now looking at the number of horses that we will have to fight for this, and I'm not sure anymore that this is actually as convenient as I thought it would be, but I like the idea behind it, I guess, is what I am trying to say. We definitely will try to grab the 2 holy sites, so we need Riga and we need Bryansk. If we can't get those in a timely fashion, then I will definitely focus down Kelno. And I think the time has come that I change my laws. We finally move away from Gavelkind and we move towards Primogeniture. I think it's gonna flip back whenever I go to a pagan unreformed religion, but that's okay. Primogeniture it is, because then none of my realm will split, and I think that is perfectly fine. You know, I'm not too worried about the consequences of this. I can't do heir designation anymore, of course, but don't you worry about it. We're just gonna go plunder a bit, and then with that plunder we shall continue with a project of reforming all of these faiths. Yeah, I just wish that Arslan would collapse. That is really my biggest hope. If Arslan were to collapse, I could just take this holy site. It isn't even empty, so it is not even, you know, something that would need to be plundered. But Chernihiv being taken over the way that it has been is, of course, a huge pain in the ass for us, but that's alright. We're gonna figure it out. We always do, don't we? And I gotta tell you, this one is a risky war, because they might just very well lose it, but this crusade for Aquitaine, I think, is the last hope for Catholicism. If they fight back against Khalifa Khan the Tormentor, they're going to look at a future where they might even be able to hold on to Europe, or at least to Western Europe, seeing as the rest of Europe is not in Catholic hands, of course, but honestly, quite promising. I really hope that they pull through. It would be very delightful to see the Umayyads falter, seeing as they are unstoppable as of right now. Now, I'm in a war for Karelia because this is Suomenusko holy site, and I'm kind of hoping to, you know, push through here with the Suomenusko stuff and make that happen, maybe even before we do anything with Romuva. Sure, I'll duel this guy. Another victorious match. Easy. Don't you ever stand in the way of my people, you hear me? Oh, and they actually did it, and this is so big, the way that this played out, and the way that the Carlings are still in control of most of the world, by the way, of most of, well, Western Europe anyway. This is perfect, because this gives us a very strong France plus Aquitaine. I was really fearful that the already existing king of Aquitaine would be in a position where they would be on their own and fairly isolated. Oh, they are Carantanian, interesting, but instead we have a mega France, or rather, a normal France, you could say, and I really love it, because that means the Umayyads have been fought back, and Catholicism may yet live. Oh my god, are you kidding me? It was a battle against literally 300 people, and I guess I'm wearing a mask now, man. We look ridiculous, but I love every second of it. It is completely ridiculous, of course, but hey, you know what? Keep sieging, keep winning this war. Just don't die right now, Alfred. I have big goals, and I think we can actually achieve every single one of them. Look at that. And with that, the rebellion is over. But, and this is very important to me, we are not yet at the end of this glorious push forward. And I will show you why in a second. Give me a long and healthy life, and then I'm going to show you why immediately. I'm going to sacrifice this lady, whoever that is, who cares? I have money out of my ass anyway, so I'm not really too worried about anything when it comes to, you know, me having to have prisoners that I can potentially, you know, sacrifice. Listen, here's the deal. I invited a fella. And that fella has, just coincidentally, of course, a claim on Estonia. Now, if I were to be an empire, then I could push that claim and he could become a vassal king of ours. So, I would love to be an empire. Now, to be an empire, I would need either more prestige, or I need to have enough to actually found the Empire of Rus. Let me check here. We could definitely not create this one. Yeah, that's the big question. How do I get enough to found a new empire? Look at it. Realm size is equal to 180 or hold 3 kingdom tier titles. I essentially just need some more prestige. So I think what we're gonna do is probably raiding, right? Raiding should be the solution here, unless I'm mistaken. I'm going to go on and take a look at creating some of these kingdoms here, sure. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Great Holy War for Ruthenia. The Tengri Kud has declared that the Tengri faithful will come for Ruthenia. Oh, look at the Khazars. There's Suomenusko. God bless him. My god. Okay. It doesn't, honestly, it frightened me a lot when I saw that, but I don't think it's going to be that frightening. I think we will win. And look at that, we already had 7,500 prestige. We are actually going to get there. I'm going to create our own empire, and then we are going to start winning left and right. And by the way, I will also conquer Korsun here. Why? I mean, I don't know. No reason not to, I guess, because this will give me prestige, of course, and the more prestige we have, you know the drill, the better it is, all things considered. And I'm going to give this to you, because I really don't want to hold on to that. Oh my god, who are you? We have a Myophyite Polish lord declaring war against me while we are defending against the Tengris. Isn't he aware just how sick they are? The Tengris will sacrifice him too if I fall, so he better pray that I win. But I am also sick. I'm incredibly, I'm seriously, I'm supremely worried that I will die before we pick this up. But we're almost done. I just, please don't do anything bad to me. Oh, let's go. Okay, I just really need this victory. If we get this done, we will be looking at a complete wipe of anything that could have destroyed us, because we're gonna be an empire, and then I can just go on and push all the claims that we need to push. We haven't been an empire beyond being, of course, you know, horse lords in this entire playthrough, so I'm quite excited for it. And I think I want to take you out over here, buddy. If I take down this province, you are over. I am hereby getting rid of you for good. Now, let me just take a look at this. He doesn't want a white peace. I mean, honestly, neither do I. Let's just siege this down, get it done. Can I create the empire? I can. Now let me just check. Is this what I want? What sigil would I like? I mean, honestly, Galicia, Volhynia, this is how it all started, right? This is the centerpiece of this empire. So I suppose that I sort of probably should do this, eh? I am going to create a new empire. Here we are. Galicia, Volhynia, Akala. Oh, God, that is horrible. Like, that is legitimately one of the worst colors that I have ever seen. This is not okay. Well, either way, we are an empire. The way I plan to play this, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to keep this empire, and then long term, I'm going to hand the empire out whenever we were able to blob over here, which of course I want to do fairly soon. I can't believe that he's losing against the Joms Vikings now, but that's okay. We're going to make this happen, and then I'm going to abandon the land, as I always do when the time is right. This is the future, believe you me. Oh, look at that. You know what? I'm gonna take what I can. I could do this, but the actual net profit for me personally is not big enough to do, you know, actually the enforce demands thing here. So I'm just gonna offer you white peace. Look at all these troops here. I don't need to deal with any of them, because all of them are going to be gone in just a second. There you go. Great Holy War fails. Galicia Volhynia wins. The future has arrived. And now look at this. So our empire honestly doesn't even look that bad. It doesn't look that good either. You know, there's like, it goes both ways really. If we had this, if we had Chernihiv as a part of ours, that would be beautiful, but we don't, so don't worry about it too much. What we are going to do next is the big move. This is the move that we all have been looking forward to as far as I'm concerned. I require the lord that currently resides in my court, who is removing and has a strong claim on Estonia, to hold land in my country. Now take a look at you. You are quite weak in comparison to where you were just a bit ago. And I think now's the time that we push a claim against them. Estonia will fall. I will add them to my collection. And look at that. Here they come. Here comes the battle that will probably decide this war. And that will probably add Estonia to our wonderful, wonderful, very disgustingly colored empire. I will defeat them right here. Now, when are you arriving? I need to wait until they have 1 day to go. Hope that I post the game. Indeed I did. There we go. Beautiful. And now we all head in. We all take them down. This should be a very easy fight. And indeed it is. Beautiful. That is absolutely gorgeous. He has become a horse. Nice. Good for you, Prince Roberto. Keep it up. Being Italian was a mistake. Being a horse was the only right response to the circumstances. It took me 8 years to actually win this war, because the morons that live on every part of this world apparently declared wars against Estonia that were of, well, religious nature, leading to a point where people started aiding them and making it so that I struggled quite a bit. And I hate England, by the way. I don't know how I can respond to that yet, but we're gonna respond to England at some point, believe you me. We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna all make it work. For the moment, I'm just gonna enjoy the fact that I conquered Estonia. I conquered Estonia. My god. Okay, we did it. Alright, so this is very frustrating. I meant to retract a vassal. This one. of Estonia from our king that now rules in Estonia. And he said yes when I clicked the button. But then in between me sending the offer and him receiving the offer, he said, actually no. And now I have a rebellion at my hand that I will without a doubt not win because he has 3 times my troops. So this is very cool. Really love this angle of the situation. I think I'm just gonna surrender and step down, I guess. I'm gonna become a horse, and that's really all that is. Yeah, it's gonna make me weaker, and all of that is fine. I don't really care. Honestly, this is just dumb. I hate that. I wouldn't have sent the offer if it wasn't a yes, and then it turns out that he just said no all of a sudden, because apparently why not, right? I mean, really grinds my gears. Okay. So I looked at the situation. I just said 8 years of continuous war for Estonia. Was it worth it? Probably not. My mental state says probably not. But we are now in a situation where I'm, at the very least, for the first time ever, an actual horse with horse culture. Now, the issue is that for some reason my father, who never held this title, has a claim on the title. So here we are. If I die, then I guess so be it. Let's just hope that I don't die, because that would be absolutely horrifying. I took a couple of concubines, as you can see here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to reorganize the empire in a bit more of a decentralized but also centralized fashion, meaning that I will have one very strong vassal that hopefully stays incredibly loyal to me. He's only 20, I'm 38. My dear friend, I hereby grant you Ruthenia, because I personally honestly want none of it. Here you go. You know, honestly, I originally thought that I would not hand out any kingdom titles, okay? And then at some point in the future, I would go and say, you know what? We are now at a situation where I can hand over this kingdom tier title and then still give you independence because you wouldn't have it as your primary kingdom title. But here we are. Quite frankly, this is it. There isn't really anything else that I can do. You shall have this title. Feel good about it. You must be my protector. That's the way I see this, but whether he actually will be is, of course, slightly different. At the very least, he will take off some pressure here because none of these people will be able to rebel against us. He most certainly will not rebel against us. Now, I don't have a child yet. We need a child, so I'm going to focus on family, of course, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go with build a war chest because I need a war chest. I'll be real with you right now. I think I need to get out of this area because I am losing my mind. This game is costing me the entirety of my mind right now, and I don't, you know, that's just the way it is. I don't, oh look at, holy crap, how are you guys still here? You're Persians over here? That's insane. Genuinely, that's wild. Okay, the way I see this, I just need to make sure that I stay away from a couple of people, and then sooner rather than later I will be able to migrate. You know, if I cut off of the people, if they push a claim, that sort of stuff, then I will be isolated. You know, that's really my goal. If we can, I will reform Suomenusko, I will reform Romuva, although I'm not entirely certain. We have 3 Suomenusko holy sites, which is nice, but I don't know whether we will actually be able to do anything with that. Okay, so let's talk about this. I'm gigantic. I'm also weaker than anyone around me. Poland is stronger, Pannonia is stronger, Sicily is stronger. By the way, Sicily, Persian, not our dynasty, also Zunist. I do not fully understand, but I don't think any of us need to understand. I am going to focus on reforming Suomenusko. That's really the only thing that I can do. Some people are mad, but not really the most important people. I think we could win any sort of civil war here. If we can't, then I mean that would suck even more. Let's just take a look at the religious map. This one down here is very confusing, but they are dominated by Zunists here. All of these major realms, in particular of course Sicily, are currently Zuni. The Catholics have fought back, and the Catholics are winning against the Umayyads when it at least comes to like retaking everything north of the Pyrenees. Beyond that, we are struggling to keep Slavic and to keep Suomenusko etc. alive, but Suomenusko should be reformed as soon as I get the piety, which is why I'm now also on the theology focus. Beyond that, you can see Hindu has established itself. Bern has almost completely disappeared. How very, very disappointing. And then we have a very strong Subashi. Even at this moment, they held on. The Zunists, I think, are permanently established here by virtue of the Subashi being around, and culture-wise, honestly, not too much that is interesting. We already knew about this, of course, because we did it. Then beyond that, here the Normans are still in their corridor. We honestly, it's like quite alright, but it's nothing to write home about. I think in all of the struggle, we will come out ahead. I think we are currently coming out ahead. I may have to win one or more civil wars, but once we have reformed all of these 3, I can finally move on. How successfully we will be moving on, of course, I don't know, but I will do that with the help of Great Holy Wars. I think that is exactly what we are going to do. I think we can get all of this done, okay? It's a struggle, though. It's a real struggle. Alright, you will definitely be incredibly, insanely happy to know that, you know, I used the time that it took me to get the piety necessary to actually reform the Suomenusko faith, you know, to just conquer a bit of Finland, and we are going towards the west now as well in its entirety. As you can see, I conquered Åland. Long term, I think I would like to, you know, move to Scandinavia again. Of course, my family is originally from Scandinavia. The main issue is that I can't really abandon any of the land that we're currently holding because, well, I mean, everybody else is still stronger than I am, regardless of what I do, and that, of course, is a bit of a horrible situation. But I can actually do it. I can reform them. Survivors of Ukko, what is this? This religion is resistant to proselytizing, short-range penalties, disabled. Rulers can spend piety to improve their courtiers' attributes. Warmongering, I guess, is fair. Honestly, monasticism is also sort of fair. I don't see why I wouldn't do it. I gave up on the idea of actually having this multi-religious empire because they just can't do it. People are constantly trying to rebel against me, and if they're trying to do that against me, even though I of course can deal with it, the AI most certainly cannot deal with it. Meaning, I'm just gonna make this into an interesting religion. Let's do autocephalus, that's okay. Boom, we've done it. You have, consider yourself reformed, okay? The Suomenusko Reformation. The ancient Suomenusko religion is proving unable to withstand the onslaught of the cross on the moon. Rather than abandoning the old ways, Emperor Fosco of Galicia-Volhynia and the most powerful priests have decided to reform the Suomenusko faith in order to turn the tides and lead the assault against the new religions. Reorganized as an autocephalous hierarchy of loosely connected high priests, the Suomenusko faith has ratified all the spells and charms once preserved by oral tradition in a proper holy text, so that they can be better used to combat the prayers of foreign missionaries and their alien gods. This event could mark the beginning of a new era of pagan revivalism all throughout Europe and spell doom for the Abrahamic usurpers. For Perkele. Indeed, for damn Perkele. I can't believe it, but we did it. We've come so far. Life is so beautiful. What? That doesn't... You know, I honestly, I've slowly but surely I'm giving up on Romuva. It just does not seem likely that I will be in a position of actually reforming it, and it doesn't even strike me as likely that I can claim all of the holy sites. Damn, that's a tough one. I mean, that's just a really, really tough one. But the good news is that, of course, you know, even though they are de jure my vassals, I could theoretically release quite a bunch of these people here because... Oh, right, he's at war and whatnot. But if they are at peace, then I could do that. So we can abandon the East. I'm not afraid that, you know, I couldn't abandon the East. The question is just, where do we go past that? I don't really have the capacity to win any wars on my own without any of this land. And this land isn't even good. Meaning, I'm not that strong right now either. Where do you think I should go? I would love to reform Romuva, of course. But I'll be honest with you, it's gonna be very tough. Like, Romuva is the real challenge right here. We hold 1, 2, I don't even know, right, there's 2 here and then there's 1 over here, I remember this now, and this one is impossible to get because the Horse Lords have it, and as long as the Horse Lords have it, this is going to be a pain in the ass, no doubt about it. Yeah, we'll see about it. Oh, nope, okay, you're just a vassal of Poland. Man, Poland and East France are blobbing into Scandinavia, and Scotland as well? Man, you're busting my balls. This is just atrocious. I mean, genuinely just horrible. I don't know. We will see how it goes, yeah? Not everything can always work as intended, of course, so it makes sense that this was one of the hardest things to do regionally. I don't think, now that I think about it, that we're actually going to reform Romuva, because the way I see Romuva, the empire of any removal ruler would just die right away. Instead, I'm thinking we're going to split the empire between the Suomenusko and between the Russians and hope that it works out. Whether it actually will, of course, is something entirely different. Starting tomorrow, we're going to get out of the area, at least as, you know, I can make it possible. But for the moment, I would, of course, as always, thank the members of the channel, namely the Barons Aaron, Stefan, the Richest T, Snywolf, Elmar Mello, Thomas, Lachlan, Mitchell, MFV, and the newest one, Florian. Then, of course, also the Counts, Shifty, and Woman, and Kazen, and last but not least, the absolutely beautiful Duke, Suspicious, Dark, and Nathan, Night Squires, Kenneth, Lexter, Eric, and Aiden. Thank you to all of you and every single one of you for supporting the channel and making videos such as this one possible at all. I will see all of you in the next episode. Until then, later, alligator.